Okay, I think we're live, right? We're live. Excellent. I got to update the stream title. I also just want to get to the scans. Oh man, eviction. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, where everything's on, everything's working. Good. The other thing I want to do is write the title. All right, because I don't know what is going to happen in this chapter. I have no idea. All right, let's do the Hunter x Hunter live reactions. Done and save. Cool. Now that's up and the chapter is up. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let this be open for a while. Let me actually text when I'll be back. You know, my schedule got really mixed up this weekend. I have a lot less time on the weekends now to do this, and that's why I'm meeting now to do this chapter reaction. I know it's early, guys. It wasn't expected, but I will. You know, hopefully people will be up. I'll leave it up. We can wait for that to happen, and then we'll take it from there. So there we go. I will be back, and then we'll continue. issues. Hang on, guys. Okay. We'll keep this on for a while longer and then we'll get started. All right. Let me just, guys, I just got to do some things quick. I'll give a little more extra time, and then we'll get started, okay? Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Nation, how are you? I think it's about time we get started. So let's do this. And I just actually want to see how I appear on camera. Ah, good old coffee. Looks like I'm okay. All right, fine. Let's get started. And this one's going to be a doozy. Let me make sure my microphone is working. Yes. Everything's good. Everything seems to be good. So, let's get into this. I am getting over a cold. My voice is a little off. I'm sorry. But the coffee's helping. And we are at what we think is Morena's headquarters, or at least the base, with Nobunaga and Hinrigh. And we are right at the front door, basically. So let's dive in. And I look forward to chatting with anyone who's able to attend today. I know the timing's a little off, but I had no time this weekend. I'm sorry. Bloodbath in an empty washroom? Are they just gonna come in and give them the notice that your house is done? Like, are Nobunaga and Hinrigh, mostly Nobunaga, gonna come in here and give them the boot? Uncle Sam is coming to kick you out? Oh my gosh. Hang on a minute. Hinrigh goes into the washroom. Clunk, clunk. Looks like no one's around. Feels like people were here recently, though. Same as in the hidden room from earlier. Just the washing machine. Is that a cutting board? Is that the, what's it called? You know, the table for dead bodies. No, it's just it's a washing room. Cleaning room. But they clean the bodies, too, I think. Right? Anyhow, let's continue. Oh, wait, we can see the author notes. Wait a minute. No notes this week. Just enjoy the fact that you have chapters. Have a good day. Wait. Nobunaga. Perception. Nobunaga says, damn, we've been had. If they were expecting pursuers to break through the walls, I should have figured the guys in the adjacent room could be Haley too. There were people in them? Yeah, we used them to check for traps, but that failed. If those guys were Haley, then we just tipped them off. The guys who disappeared. Well, their corpses weren't on the autopsy tables in the room I just checked. Yeah, it was an autopsy table, right. And I don't see any fresh blood here. But it's possible that they were restrained and moved to another room, right, says Hinrigh? Nobunaga looks concerned. Maybe... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Nobunaga, hang on. Maybe they questioned the civilian who came through, caught on to us, then prioritized fleeing over killing them. It might even be protocol to evacuate as soon as a neighbor is sent here. Dude, just like Narcos, man. Just like Narcos. Every single time they get busted, that mansion is compromised. They're out of there. Escobar, I'm coming for you, babe. Like, these gigantic mansions, leave them. They just run, right? That would be more efficient than leaving one of their actual members out there. Nobunaga says, are you trying to reassure me? Hinrigh says, yeah, I'm just saying there's no way of knowing. Nobunaga's like, don't worry, I'm calm. And Hinrigh says, I'm not worried. But, Hinrigh says, we should focus on this instead. Based on its position, I'd say this is the one. If it doesn't open, I'm right. Now, why does Nobunaga... Nobunaga has aura clearly drawn around him. Unless that's for visual clarity, he has his aura up, dude. And Nobunaga says, I may regret being right. They're at the door. They're at the door. Wait a minute. Open the door. What? They're just chilling? Dude, it looks like a frat living room. Like, this is like a frat house. They're just chilling. Hinrigh's like, huh? He's just staring at him. The people at the table say, isn't it better for each of them to be different? Nah, a sense of unity is most important, says the other one. Sure, but that doesn't make it a bit monotonous, says, that's the guy. You can just say it's a matter of taste, but yeah, this is the crew. This is the crew. I feel you. I like when they all come together in the end. Uh-huh. That's sick, right? Dude, they don't even know that they're there. They're just chilling at the table, reading books and shit, and like drawing, coloring book. What the fuck are these people doing? Reading magazines and shit. Wait a minute. Dude, Hinrigh's like, hey, like, hello. And they're like, I'm most interested in the early days before they figure out their vibe. That's why I don't want others stepping in and deciding for them. It ruins it. And then, yeah, the other girl, right? I'm blanking on their names. I'm really sorry. You think? The one with the weird eyes. Unity prevents individual members messing up the group's cohesion. And then they say, hey, again, like with no patience. I'm going to assume that this is the Haley base and you're the members, says Hinrigh. And then they're like, that was so creepy, just barging in like a lunatic. That's why it's best to have backup members to switch between. It's like they're talking at the table and they're not really like even addressing them. It's like, oh, like, whoa, look, when people walk through the door, isn't that so inconvenient? And then Hinrigh and Nobunaga are just standing there. Hinrigh's about to blow a fucking gasket, I bet. Shall we begin? Yeah. There's almost certainly another trap through this door. And then at the table, they say, won't that limit the performers and their set list? Dude, this is like, I like debating these things. Helps reassess my thinking. But dude, I like that comment from the girl with the eyes there, the narrow eyes. She's like, won't that limit the performers and their set list though? Didn't the troupe perform? What kind of show are we about to get? Let's go. Come on, Togashi, I need a little meat. This looks like a pretty long chapter. Let's go, Togashi. We probably can't get caught in there, Nobunaga says. He's drawing his sword. That's why they're acting so nonchalant. I know it'd be wise to just wait here, but I like cleaning up trash as soon as I find it. And then Hinrigh brings out his knife. I choose action, remember? And you're not the only one who hates letting trash pile up. I've got enough knives to greet the... My men are drawing blades. Here we go. We haven't had I would call Nobunaga a side character. We haven't had a legitimate character fight in this arc yet. Kurapika's fights were not really fights. We haven't had a proper fight since Crollo Hisoka. Hinrigh's battle was kind of mid-tier. It's very cool, but not like now I feel like I like Hinrigh as a character in the scheme of things. So now I'm more invested in what he does here. Please deliver, Togashi. Let's go. Hinrigh throws the knife. The big guy looks over. Big guy, like Uvo 2.0. He's like, huh? They're illusions. They're illusions. They're illusions. That hurt. The knife goes right through his fucking head. That hurt. He's not dead. Oh, wow, it's all the way in. That can't be good. He crushes the can that he's drinking from. He pulls... Wait a minute. The blade is gone. No. Hang on. My mind is... Now I'm starting to think, wait a minute. You know, in video games, you gotta think like a video game player in this arc. You know when, like, all the players are back at their base, they might have special enhancements or properties, like Morena could be powering up all of the users in the base. I just got... Dude, he's amped up. Look, he's veined up. Like, this is... Something's fucked up here. Something's not right. He takes the knife out. Looking angry. The blade's gone. Huh? Dude, he's freaking Obito. What the... Wait a minute. The knife went into the can. Oh, no. Oh, this is getting good. The people have object teleportation built into their bodies? It came out of the can he was holding. There's the blade. It teleported from his skull to the can. Oh, no. No, we're getting... And then Nobunaga says, damn, already a bad matchup. Probably a counter type, though that doesn't narrow it down much. Remember, we get more things like counter types with Camilla. And the fact that Hinrigh went first to check out what happens, that's why Hinrigh throws that knife. He doesn't throw the knife thinking he's going to kill him. He sees what the ability might be. That's why he throws a little tiny knife out. It's a test, right? And Nobunaga waits for the killing blow after... And then, okay, back to the fight. Hey! Hinrigh... Wait. Nobunaga says, want to try one more? Hinrigh's like, sure. Pulls out a knife. We were told not to fight them. Here comes the blade. The big guy, like, the girl's like, hey, like, we were told not to fight them. Why? Wait a minute. Why? Why were they... Wait a minute. Why were they told not to... Why? Why were you told not to fight them? No. Preserving these characters, to me, would be the desire of one certain clown who wouldn't want them just killed for no reason. He would want to fight them himself. Oh, no. Remember, I'm going way too far with this. I'm just having too much fun because remember, for years now, I thought Hisoka might have gotten some sort of deal with Morena. Level 100 Hisoka, level 80 Hisoka, whatever, level something Hisoka, second ability, because in this arc, a lot of characters have been gaining abilities, indirectly, but we've been seeing more progression of the Nen categories, the abilities. Hisoka could very much use an upgrade, and with that new bungee gum, I'm just saying. Let's go. All right, knife is on the way, and huh? It gains an aura, or did it fork? Wait a minute. There's like an aura around the knife now, and it's a giant beam around the knife. It goes through. It's going towards the guy at the table, and he says, oh, if this got stuck in my hand, I wonder how much it'd take to recover. Uh-oh. Don't tell me they have a pain packer of their own. Wait a minute. If this got stuck in my hand, I wonder how much it'd take to recover. He used the manga book. He stopped. Don't tell. Is that Luffy? Dude, he used a manga book to stop the knife. The guy next to him. Dude, he's wearing the... Isn't that similar to the Hunter x Hunter logo on his... Wait a minute, that's so funny. This dude stopped it with a comic book, with a manga book. He's like, huh? Think before you touch me. That's dangerous. The girl says, my bad, my bad. The guy who the knife was getting thrown at says, thanks, man. The guy who blocked it says, don't thanks, man, me. Let's get out of here. Are you trying to use your ability? Us idiots will hide, says the girl, the girl with the eyes. But no fighting in here, okay? You've already been picked for Oregon, right? Says, I'm going to call him Manga Guy, headband guy. Didn't Morena order you to be careful? She said that, yeah, says Big Nose Guy. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't research the characters during live reactions. I react and discuss. Then, as the years go on, I like to talk about these chapters more after they come out. That's just how it is. But, and then wait a minute. Excuse me, the guy in the suit. A guy. Yeah, I think it's a guy. Guy in the suit says, excuse me. Might you be Hinrigh Song of the Jiu family? And Uvo 2 says, we'll resume this later. And then Hinrigh confirms, yep, and you are? And he says, I'm Yoko Tani, the Haley family's legal advisor. And then Uvo 2 says, oh yeah, call up the cops and the army. Tell them some wacko lost the plot and started throwing knives. Try to raise a stink about this. And then the legal guy says, if there are no objections, I'll report this right away. On top of illegal trespassing, you'll be charged with attempted murder. And then he's smiling. And then Hinrigh says, the police might be helpful, actually. We're lost. Any idea where we are? He's calling his bluff. He's calling his... Oh, shit. I'm not at liberty to disclose such information. But if you follow my orders, I'm sure this can be resolved amicably. Nobunaga! Hey! Oh, I recognize you. You're Nobunaga-san of the Phantom Troop. You're quite a catch, if you don't mind me saying. Confirmed. This is not a lady. I think it's a man, so confirmed. Quite a catch, but it's a joke because just a catch in, prey, not he's romantically interested, as long as this translation is what I'm getting at. But, wait a minute, dude. Yo. They're trying to use a lawyer here, my cousin Vinny over here, to, stop the fighting and, escalate. Yeah. Nobunaga! I was waiting for Nobunaga. Wait. Huh? 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 It's time! It's time! What's his ability? It's been 20 years. What can Nobunaga do? Bro, it's time, man. I'm tired of this. It's time. Togashi knew that this character, there was so much needed for this character. Most of the Spider got updates in the in the Meteor City arc, in the Ant arc, but Nobunaga wasn't there. Oh, he has a rope around his finger that's attached to the sword. What can he do? He's putting his aura into it. Huh? Huh? The guy's not dead, though. It's like Paku. He can learn abilities by stabbing people with his sword. with the rope on it. So you can know, they can mitigate damage in the room, at least for the moment. They can mitigate damage. They can resend damage to other places. And then the guy is like, get back. Uvo 2 is like, get you. You know what's funny? Actually, I call him Uvo 2, but it might be symbolic of their relationship. That the guy kind of looks like Uvo, and it's Nobunaga getting involved. Oh man, I'm getting sweaty now. Get back, huh? And by the way, Nobu's ability did not kill the target. And then he looks at Uvo 2, and there's blood on his arm. And then Uvo says, you take it with the right hand, then transfer it with the left, and when you can't, you just take the damage yourself. I didn't peg you for the selfless type. Sweet home damage emission can transfer damage and the means of attack. Damage dealt to whatever the right hand is touching is transferred to the user. Damage to the user can be redirected to whatever the left hand is touching. There must be contact at the moment of... Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm so excited right now. Oh my, dude. So I wonder if I want to see what the translation might be here. Sweet home damage, because for some reason I thought of Sweet Home Alabama as a musical reference. Remember, this is a very JoJo's inspired part, and sweet home damage. So left hand. Whatever you get hit with, if you're touching something, your left hand can transmit that damage to whatever you're holding. Right hand, you can take damage from what you're touching and bring it back to yourself. If you're doing, and I'm wondering if right and left hands are touching something, you can make a full chain from right hand to left hand. I wonder if that's how it works. And then Nobunaga says, you can sit back down now. I figured you out. Who's up next? Mr. Lawyer, why don't you have another go? I'll skewer you like a kebab. And then lawyer guy says, sorry, I wasn't expecting him to throw the pride of the samurai. Me neither. Only an idiot would approach the enemy so brazenly. And then the lawyer says, your power was revealed because of me. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? In my birthplace, samurai follow sacred principles such as not using projectiles in battle. I get it already. Quit with the lame excuses. My apologies. I'll get out of your hair. And then Uvo 2 says, dude, you get distracted way too easily. You're not going anywhere. You're getting rid of them. Isn't that why you told them your name? You're supposed to be the guard, right? Oh, that's right. LSDF, Mohist, attack, conjuration. A defense ability that can only be used when Morena is present in the hideout. Activates when Yokotani tells the invader his name. The conjured defensive force is immune to damage from the criminals, but cannot deal damage either. Depending on the criminal's sentencing, higher level guards can be summoned Yeah, this is an RPG. Morena's the fucking realm boss. Oh my, dude. She's the raid boss. Oh, bro. Like, I am getting so excited right now. So, Mohist can conjure from what Morena has to be there. But Mohist's attack, or well, excuse me, Yoko Tani's attack there's a reference to Kenichi Sakai, prioritize altruism and harm reduction. It's an ancient philosophy of Mohism. Mohist. So it's all defense, damage mitigation, depending on the criminal sentencing. Higher level guards can be summoned. Here are the guards! Yes! 2 targets charged with breaking and entering and attempted murder. Caution level 4. Dude, they look like Lego men. What the fuck? Dude, they're gonna get soloed. LSDF. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guards, rank level 4, at least in the picture. Here we go. Their sentence is undeniably eviction. Here come the guards! Wait a minute. They're just rushing. Wait a minute. Wait, bro. Nobunaga goes in! He stabs one, but then it turns into a level 5 guard! Uh-oh. It's now more powerful. It didn't work. In fact, the aura only increased. Retreat. These guys are probably invincible types. Once their conditions are met, attacks won't work. Dude, they grabbed him! What? Dude, they grabbed Nobunaga. They took his katana. Evacuate the premises. Get away. They'll chase you on autopilot until you're evicted. Dude, Nobunaga's getting evicted from the premises. Dude, these things, you can't kill them. They're invincible. Nobunaga's getting dragged out. Nobunaga just got thrown out of the base. Like, literally thrown out. And then, now they're all level 5. Evacuate the premise, Hinrigh. Evacuate the premise. Attempted murder due to willful negligence is a serious offense. You'll have to leave too, I'm afraid. These are legitimate abilities too. Like, they're set up properly. Like, Morena eases you into her base, and then they have some very powerful defensive mechanics in the base waiting for you. There's nowhere to run. Please evacuate peacefully. A teleporting door and an invincible defense. This really is their inner sanctum. Just need to find a place to hide the transmitter. It'll have to be here. Go away. It'll have to be here. Based on what Nobunaga said, they shouldn't understand what I'm doing. The user can't see me. If they are on autopilot. So he's in the other room. Well, no. And then Nobunaga, he went back. When they threw him out of that realm, it sent him back. So it takes you back to room 3101. If you enter from the front, you're transported to the hideout. And if you exit through a door in the hideout, you'll land back here. Works both as a trap and a secret passageway. But surely, there's a jump point just for members. I wonder if it's in this room too. Here comes Hinrigh. He's back too. That was quick. Did you get it done? Yeah, thanks for your advice. I don't think they'll notice it. So Hinrigh left the transceiver in there. Very good. Oh, we're back here? Hinrigh, I think my power's all used up for today. I'll switch to a support role. Lost all my knives too. First, I'll try to work out where the hideout is using the floor plan. I want those guys' descriptions drawn up so we can look for witnesses and narrow down their base of operations. We're back in the main mall area, the main shopping plaza. I'll mobilize the whole family and get them to gather that intel. So, got it. We'll search for the transmitter. Hmm? He put the oyster under a table. Well then, I'll leave it to you, says Hinrigh, and Nobunaga says, sure. Looked like a bunch of rookies to me, but until we learn more about their boss's power and that organ thing, we should stay on guard. And then Nobunaga says, agreed. At the very least, the one moving the pieces isn't stupid. And then next issue, the troop hunts Hinrigh and the princes take action. The princes take action. Wait. Wait. Saraynik? Oh. No. It's you guys know. But I was saying 400 fourth prince. I'm telling you. The princes take action. Now, Togashi doesn't care about numbers. We know that. 400 will probably be a great chapter. Nothing monumental, nothing, but now he's going to put the princes right here at the height of the Hinrigh saga. Which means the troop hunts Hinrigh and the princes take action. We know there's a passageway to floor 1. Are the princes can't leave floor 1 though. The ceremony prevents it. But the princes can send people. They can take action. They can take action. That's the word take action is very vague, but oh my gosh. I loved this chapter. This was a lot of fun. This one was super impressive. So basically, we've proven that they have an ability, a defense from Morena's base that that's why they were so confident, because they had this counter defense type. They had damage mitigation. This lawyer guy summoned invincible guards that will evict any perpetrator. When you're talking about a base of operation, that is one of the best abilities you could possibly have. And it's like Nobunaga, we saw his ability. We saw literally his first legitimate ability. We've seen him slash the swords. That's an actual skill. He can probe people and learn their abilities by throwing their sword into their head. It doesn't kill them though. So the condition is the blade is harmless when he does that, but it learns the ability of the target. Which is so Pakunoda, more connection to Pakunoda. And frankly, that skill would be very dangerous for Crollo to have. We haven't, imagine if Crollo had that skill. Now let me go back to the stream. If people, are not on it. So again, it's not a big day for viewership. I know it's the week. I'm going to probably consider this a stream where it's kind of a record. And here's the thing, guys. Next week, I have to do the reaction on Friday. I have to do next Friday, and I will do next Friday. So let's just plan for that next week. It's going to be Friday. That's my plan at least. And well, actually, let me just make sure. I'll just write this in the chat as well. All right, so that's there. Let me just double check how that looks in the grand scheme of things. Let me just check something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Friday, it is gonna be Friday, guys. Where I cool. And so yeah, it's gonna be Friday. I know this week was weird. I know I didn't really have any heads up on it. I'm really sorry about that. Um, so what I'm basically gonna say is like, uh, we'll leave it. I'll talk about it right now, and then we can discuss. And I'm just looking at this, and yeah. So here's what I'll say, like about the part where we're nearing the end, guys. We're nearing the end of this arc of this saga, and my issue is not my. Well, I don't. Well, that's the wrong word. I'm really glad at least we're going to get some Prince stuff next chapter. The way it's translated, take action. You're talking about what? Take action against Saridnik because he was connected to Haley. So what is that? What is that? And it's a question mark. It's a question mark. That's why I'm confused. The princes take action? If the princes, if they learn that the Haley are like Zhang Li and Lucerus are the two princes you're thinking about right now, compared to Saridnik, they're the mob connections. Did the Char guy go to Lucerus and say, "Hey, bro, like Broccoli and Lucerus, are they like planning right now to go after Saridnik? Lucerus, Conjuration, Oh, is that it? Is that the connection? All right, I'm putting my bet out there that Lucerus might target Saridnik with a trap. That's my... Because we're talking about Conjuration. We're with the Char and the GU, and that we're doing the mob stuff. And Lucerus is connected to the mob, and he does Conjuration trap types, which we just went over. So his Nen Beast is perfect for this style of combat, which is why, like, thematically, this is like a Conjuration arc saga, and I feel like this would be it, man. Too much fun. Too much freaking fun, man. These guards, they come out and they evict a threat based on the crime, and the more serious the crime, they'll chase you on autopilot until you're evicted. It's powerful. Nobody got thrown out, man. Dude, no, man. But that's the thing. See, this current arc is clearly a counterpiece to power scaling. It's saying, in Hunter x Hunter especially, it's like if you enter the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong conditions, you could lose. No matter how gifted or powerful you are, if the environment is set up to destroy you, it can and it will. It will defeat you. Notice that this powerful ability cannot damage the adversary. It can only evict them, right? So it is a singular purpose. And we know, like APR, for example, singular purpose, very powerful end result. These singular function skills, Camilla's cat, very powerful, singular function, requires death to activate. This is what Togashi's telling us. All these established, powerful characters, there are abilities out there, there are situations and scenarios that can trump even them. Right? That's why Floor 1 is the most, like, some of the most exciting stuff that we have ever seen in the story. And I keep saying this. The princes are a lot more dangerous in the Succession War than without the Succession War. The Succession War makes Floor 1 way more fascinating. I am very afraid of what could happen to Melody. I am even considering characters like Biscuit or Hanzo open to being sabotaged. And I know you're like, I call Biscuit a top 20 Nen user in the verse. And she is... it could be sabotaged. Biscuit, that same Biscuit that was, in the realm of a character like Crollo, it's like that Biscuit could be in significant trouble. The Spider, we just saw this lowly lawyer, this ability evicted him. What if there was an ambush waiting? Back in 3101, right when Nobunaga was sent back, like he steps on a landmine. Like literally, this is how Nen works. The most powerful, the most like destructive, skillful Nen user, if they're just set up to fail, they can't. The ability can just set you up for failure. And this is really breaking that down to a very detailed level. Like how abilities can just win, can counter you. There's nothing you can do, right? And that's what this is showing. This whole saga has been about how abilities can be set up properly with the right scenarios and conditions. I mean, this damage mitigation ability. The knife went into the cup. The knife went away from him. And his right hand, now I know why his right hand is tensed up, because like he's using an ability here, right? And you see Nobunaga admitting it's a bad matchup. Biscuit was talking about this, man, in NGL. She was telling Killua all about this. The most experienced veteran Nen users will be the first to admit there's a bad matchup. This is where Togashi gets so, like, you just get so into his writing. It's like, this guy can behead all of them. No, because they have damage mitigation and defense, eviction defense. No, I can't just behead everybody. I am a super powerful swordsman, but I can't fight in this room. But who can? Now I'm going to open the floor. Hey, WZ. I'm glad that you're here. I know my timing was so weird this week. I want to make it official that, like, I liked this section of chapters, but I'm like, I am ready for the payoff. And it looks like next week, maybe Saraynik gets looped in, because they said the princes might take action, and we're at Hey Lee. It's like, Hey Lee, Saraynik, the Saraynik backstory, Luzerus and the Char. I feel like Zhang Li. So we're going back to floor 1 next chapter, at least a little bit. And I have missed floor 1 so much, and the Succession War, that now we have to wait for those chapters. I know, man. I'm sorry. Next week I can't do the weekend. I'm traveling, and this weekend just would not work out for my schedule. So I had to choose today, and I've tried to keep it. Yeah, WZ, I know, brother. This is the sad part of adult life, man. Like you get caught up in things, and you gotta, it is what it is. At the very least, I can have this video up, and people can kind of watch it after the fact. I keep this open for dialogue, but I don't have a choice, unfortunately. Just I'm not available tomorrow. I am busy all day. I have plans all day long. And if I was to stream it, it would be like super early in the morning and no one's awake for it. So it's like you got to pick your poison, right? So yeah, this is I liked this arc. We have one more chapter until hiatus. I liked it. I liked seeing the conjuration breakdowns a little bit more. I liked, of course, seeing Hisoka. Most likely Hisoka. I liked, of course, seeing the troop. We get Nobunaga, more development. We get Nobunaga with an ability now where he can read abilities with the sword, which is super awesome that we get more information about that and seeing that. So that is what it is. And it's like, yeah, I am really excited. The Haley, I assumed that their abilities would be much more capable the closer to Morena you got. She's going to keep the strong abilities around her, right? And then we already see the lawyer, the ability requires Morena's presence. So this lawyer works on behalf of Morena and created this ability with Morena present in the base. The Mohist attack. When Morena is present in the hideout. Just like with Halkenberg and the followers amping him up, this is a condition ability. They clearly worked on this together. And as the lawyer, this is like when you have a lawyer, the lawyer wants to protect you. So it's almost like turning a law mindset into an ability. Like, I am protecting my client. So the power gets put into the ability. This is when Togashi hits the right note, though. Like, when you start seeing how the power is looped into a social dynamic, which is what this is. You're using your background to enhance your skill power. What your specialties are, your literal job can influence your ability. And I freaking love this. It has damage immunity. That's very powerful. And by the way, while these guards are evicting somebody, what's to say that one of the guards couldn't go and I guess they're all surrounding you. Maybe you can't be damaged in that moment, but it's you're gone. This ability just yeets you out of the door. You're done. And then once you leave, you go back to 3101. Freaking, oh my. Wait a minute. That's funny. 3101 equals 4. In a way. There's something cool about that. 3101. 1, 0, and then 1. There is, and then they're level 4 right here. Dude, Tsuridnik, please, Togashi, please. I need Tsuridnik to do something nutty. All these level 4s, the 4 references, man. Now we're getting the floor one involvement next chapter. Gosh, man, I'm ready. Oh yeah, Togashi's number one. They, they, all this is absolutely fantastic. Um, the uh, the abilities WZ you're right. Togashi cannot be matched when it comes to abilities. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Oh, and I'll also leave this in the chat. I feel like so I feel like next week I'll try to hold it back a little bit. This time just worked better for me and my schedule today. But next week, it's right before the holidays season, and I can probably fit it in. I'm gonna fit it in later in the day. This was though like really awesome to see Nobunaga's Mind Blade, to see Hinrigh go out, the Haley's crazy teleportation and like hidden base sort of stuff was all a lot of fun. But again, I miss floor one. I really, really do. So the fact that we get it next week is amazing. WZ, what did you think of this batch of chapters? Did you like it as much as the last batch? Personally, we saw Hisoka. That's huge. But me personally, I know it's not. I think I may have liked last batch a little better, just a little, overall, because of all the crazy stuff we saw. Like this chapter, I had that same feeling of like learning new stuff, seeing new ability. Whoa, like thinking about what they could do, and asking all those questions. Some of the investigation stuff like that I didn't really feel like I was asking a lot of questions. Now I'm like really engrossed in what they're able to do. Right, so that's where I'm like, this is the old Togashi that I come to love. So yeah, man, I think that's what you have to see. Nobunaga's probably biting the bullet though at some point. Like now we're getting more of him, and telling you like this character looks a little bit like Uvo to me. It's fun. It's like there's definitely a parallel in my mind that Togashi's hinting at here. Ah, yeah, if Franklin was there, I'm just reading the chapter comments. Those people in the room will be showered with Nen bullets. No one could escape. Well, except for the guy holding the cup. The problem is that cup. Oh, limitation. I wonder if Uvo number 2, the big guy, if he. No, it looks like. Okay, so like the knife comes out of the can, but object teleportation. But does the teleportation, like, can the can only take so much damage? That is the question. Like, one stab, yeah. But how about 20 stabs? The Mind Blade is really cool. It's just like, man, it's reminding me a little bit of Steel Chain, isn't it? That's so cool. Oh, yeah. Hey, King Crimson, I am so sorry. We did go through the chapter, but you can watch the recording and all the moments And the video, leave the comments, but right now I'm doing discussion. And I liked the chapter. This one was my favorite. This and the Hisoka reveal are my two favorites of this batch so far. And then the next one, man, there's too many hints at number 4. There's a lot of 4 references if you've been noticing that. We have Saraynik's little flashback and all of his friends and the room to Haley and the connection was shown. It's like, and then they say the prince might take action next chapter, and I'm like, yes, it's time. Saraynik, let's go. And then I'm thinking, Lazarus is a conjure trap type. That's what his Nen Beast does, and we just did conjure trap types for this batch here. That was the whole focus. So it's like conjure trap type, conjure boundary type. Lazarus has an ability in that category, and now I'm like, oh. And the Char connection. Well, okay, so let's go back. Let's do that. Well, here's the thing though about that skill. Here's the thing. No. So here's the difference. He's using his right hand. He took the sword's damage for himself. You're right. But now I'm confused because you can gotcha. So it was just a stab. It wasn't a special skill? Okay, so you're right. So, thank you, King Crimson. Appreciate it. So, it was just a stab. It was just a stab. It wasn't no ability tied to it. So I guess what I'm saying is the rope must just be there to retrieve the sword. Is that it? I guess so. I thought, and I know it's a projectile, but I guess it's to act as a projectile, and that's it. He's enhancing it to make it stronger. Maybe it's an emission that he can send it out like that, you know? Gotcha. Thank you for that. You're right. So it's not well, dude, damn it. Nobunaga. I wanted that to be an ability, man. That would have been cool. But you're right. It's just a sword throw. And he's observing what the big guy can do. Okay. All right, so Nobunaga does not have a mind-reading ability with his sword. Imagine if he did, man. The condition is it doesn't do any damage, but he can learn what's in someone's ability through stabbing their mind with it. And it has to be ranged, so it leaves him more... Like, dude, I guess that'd be too powerful. I guess so. Yep, so he can only... It was just a stab with a throw. All right. So now I understand that. You're right. See, I have King Crimson joining my chat. Sometimes I have Saraynik himself. You know, I get these time jumpers, and they already know the future, man. They know the chapter better than me. They've already seen ahead, right? So. WZ, we know Nobu's ability is easily replaced or replicated, at least according to Shalnark. Yeah, so he's just a swordsman who kills people really well. I mean, we've all thought that that's what he does mostly, but no like interesting net abilities. He has his N, right? But it's like it was kind of hinted at that he can like immediately stab something that gets into range, like a kilowatt, like an auto attack thing. But that's it. Like King Crimson, I agree with you. This batch of chapters has been too straightforward, and it's not even like it's straightforward. The thing is, as well as the abilities themselves have been very like this room with all these doors, and then oh, we finally get to the actual room. And the last like two chapters, I'm gonna be honest, I liked them, but not like I wasn't like blown away. I'm gonna be 100% honest, and you know I love this series, but I also love it to the point where I can critique it, and I'm pretty confident in saying that like I agree or disagree with a decision. And every author like it he Togashi's doing this to show us what the Haley system and base, how it operates and all that. But I feel like one chapter to the hideout plan, one chapter to the fake room, and then we should have gotten here like one or two chapters ago. I think we could have narrowed this down personally. And I know, oh, with Togashi, we like complexity, and I agree. But in this instance, these Haley mobsters, I only now really care about their abilities. So it felt a little padded out to me. Like the next chapter could be amazing. Not going to get my hopes too high because even though I'm getting all these Saraynik hints, we have a lot of them. So it's just like, yeah, very, very interesting. Any other thoughts on the chapters today? I'm going to keep this running for a little while longer so more people can see it. I know this week was impromptu. Next week, it will be Friday at 3:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern in that time frame. I'm going to do it then. No later than 4. No later than 4 Eastern time. Be on it and chat, and then I will have to go. Holiday break starts, and that'll be good. And then will be done right in time for the holidays. Like I wouldn't be able to react the next week, and that would have sucked waiting an extra week. I would have done it to wait, but we're gonna wrap up next week. So yeah, I know. I wished we saw the princes a little more. Like one, just even. I would have just even liked a cut over to Lazarus and the Char family, which we might be getting next chapter, but and maybe that is where we're getting it. But something in the middle here, I would have liked a little like, hey, remember this amazing thing? The Phantom Troop flashback, man. Like, look, let's cut to the chase. Amazing to see it. Amazing to get it. It added a lot of characterization to the Phantom Troop. No doubt about it. But was 3 chapters necessary? I mean, that's my question to you. If that was 2 chapters, and we had an extra chapter devoted to fleshing out the Floor 1 connection to the Haley family and Saraynik's link to that, that would have been very interesting. King Crimson, what do you think about this organ that the Haley are talking about? It was also mentioned in 394. Yeah, I have no freaking clue, man. The organ. You will be the organ. Is that for... Let me go back and like read it again. Introducing. I just gotta find it. You've already been picked for Oregon. 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 Organ donor? They've been... Oregon. That's... Because they've been showing the, the butchering of corpses and stuff like that. I mean, they have this huge, operation. Morena order you to be careful. Preserve your organs for Morena. Something about that is giving me vibes like there is an organ donor assigned in this, and they have to, eventually perhaps, they give one of their organs to Morena, or maybe that's a requirement of the ability, a tribute, a token of some kind. You've already been picked for Oregon. But that's a very literal read of it. Because it's for Oregon. At least in the translation. And if it's not that, then Oregon is... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The guy who the knife got thrown at, not the big guy. The guy here. Yeah. So the guy the knife was being thrown at, and it got blocked. Oregon. Yeah. I wonder how much it'd take to recover. Okay, so that's Oregon. Picked for Oregon. Yeah. Something about this character is he needs to preserve himself for some reason, being careful. So we shall see. I'm very intrigued by that. Well, hang on. Dogman might be next chapter. So fingers and paws crossed that we see Dogman. The one name I remember, Dogman, Any other thoughts, guys? I am gonna have to wrap this up in a little bit here, but I know build up. There's been a lot of build up in this batch. You don't look. I've done some writing myself, some fictional writing, and I can tell you firsthand that there are moments in your story where you have to flesh stuff out. It's not the most exciting writing. It's not the most compelling, but when you look at the whole package, you appreciate its involvement. There are things about this batch that we will appreciate when we look back at the story, I promise. When we see Morena's base, when we see Morena get defeated, or whatever, however Morena goes down, or if Morena is pivotal, knowing how her mind works and how this ability works and the base works will help us understand Morena's mindset as a character much more so when we care about Morena. So right now, it just seems like a bunch of guys in a specially designed base, and they have powers designed to protect it, and they can evict an enemy automatically, basically. Protection, defense. No one's getting to Morena, sort of thing. But we'll see how that plays into her backstory potentially. How when she was wronged by the Kakeen family, maybe she figured out a way. And what's interesting about Morena is she's reached out to college students, interns, like ice cream scoopers, burger flippers, like some like liberal arts students. Like she's reaching out to very naive people who are very eager to serve her without seeming to have grand motivations. That's the part I'm very... What did she... Besides, you get the power. And she's lured these kind of stupid... They're not the smartest people in the world, but they are eager. They're very energetic. They really want the power. So it's like very... People with high desire. You get this power if you serve me. And it's like that getting them into the game. The game. Miranda's playing a game. And she's the game master. So that dynamic is interesting. Right. Also, now that Nobunaga lost his sword... Wait a minute. Huh? Sorry, when you read something for the first time... Yeah! I literally... Bro, when you're reading it live, sometimes you don't catch things. Like, I saw the guy was holding the sword. He didn't get it back. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, rest in peace, Sword Boy. All you did was stab people. Like, dude, I wish Nobunaga had an ability with that sword. Now, you know what would be nuts? Is if Nobunaga can control something about the sword if it's taken away from him. Can you imagine a remote style ability with the sword? It's a huge red flag, King Crimson. That's huge. But remember, Hisoka was kind of like being cooperative and saying like they got to find him. What if Nobunaga just stumbles upon Hisoka randomly? Just walking. Like, aren't you? If he points, if Nobunaga excuse me. If Nobunaga points at Hisoka, man, he's swordless. He's swordless. Man. So I didn't process that because when you're reading it live, you really like are trying to focus on everything, and like sometimes you miss very obvious things. That was one of those moments. Oh man, that changes everything for the next chapter. He's in a lot of trouble. We've all been saying Nobunaga flashback guy. Flashback guy. Yeah, I saw that. I now I see it. Not good. All right. All right. Hidden ability, huh? A hidden ability. Because here's the thing. You know why I didn't really notice the sword? Like, didn't register that? Because he doesn't seem concerned. Energy sword. Oh. Kuwabara? Kuwabara? Wait a minute. Kuwabara? Does he have a Kuwabara? Does Nobunaga have an energy sword skill? If his original sword gets taken? In combat. Oh. Imagine if he had an energy sword. This man will take his Nen and he will have a 50-foot sword. Wham! Just like through walls and shit. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, and it's probably like he can manipulate this shit and it can like weave through the... Come on, man. Go crazy. If it's his death flag moment, like, go nuts, Togashi. Give us something off the freaking wall. We have to see that, though. Like, we don't know. It could happen. Might not. It's a maybe. A big maybe. You know what? I know it sucks on the timing, guys. I'm going to have to call this a stream. Please forgive me. Next week, I am committing to 3:30 to 4 p.m. Friday, Eastern time. That is really all the time. Like, that's the only time I've got next week. Saturday, I'm out. I'm away. Starting Saturday. So next Friday, please return here at that time. I will be online. As long as nothing crazy in my life happens, I'll be online to do what we think is, the last chapter for a long time. I know everyone's like, the 30 chapters, and they're there and they're ready. But we have to remember that they do this on a volume basis, and they also... they don't just release these in every volume. So I am going to... My heart says 6 months. We'll get this come back. My brain says it's going to be a year from now. I want to paint that very, very clearly so that we're not disappointed when this doesn't return until next fall, for example, right? I'm just setting that expectation that it might not be back until like next fall. So let's just accept that fact as we got these 10. We got to see Ahsoka. We got the Phantom Troop backstory that we really needed. Nobunaga doesn't have his sword. Maybe he has an energy sword. Please, Togashi, do the Kuwabara. Please. And that'll be that. So I'm going to call this a stream. Crimson, good seeing you. WZ, good seeing you. Anybody else who was watching, thank you for stopping by. And that's going to do it for me. Once again, next week, Friday, 3:30 p.m. to 4 Eastern in that ballpark. I will be on to do the last chapter reaction. Stop by if you can. Leave a comment if you want to watch it after. But there we go, guys. I will see you next week to finish off this batch.